say you know nothing about entrepreneurship until you actually are an entrepreneur. Getting your first 10 customers is like, it is hard.
There he is, eating his grits.
Every morning.
What is a grit, anyways?
It's made out of corn. Them hominy grits.
Hominy.
Every morning.
Good morning.
Today is Thursday, and it is cold but beautiful out.
Well, because it was just like in the 80s, and now it's in the 50s. Little difference.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
So today, we are going to be sharing tips and lessons we learned kind of starting off our journey on entrepreneurship. This isn't going to be the ultimate guide, but it's going to be a really important piece, which is how to identify a product or service and get your initial customers.
Yes. Those are two huge things.
Big things. Most important things. I think one of the things, and I even made an Instagram post about this the other day, go check out the Instagram, but it talks about how, me wanting, I always had an interest in entrepreneurship and business and all this stuff, and so I had all these preconceived ideas and thoughts about what I would do and how it would go, and 100%, I would say you know nothing about entrepreneurship until you actually are an entrepreneur. Like, really hands down, or maybe if you're a venture capitalist and you've lived in it, but unless you're immersed in this world on a day-to-day, you don't actually know what it takes, and you don't develop the skill set, the mental sharpness, and everything, the instinct, the gut instinct, unless you're doing it, because it's not a matter of saying one big revelation, like, oh, I read this post on how to do this. It's 1,000, maybe 10,000, 100,000 iterative, tiny decisions that craft and mold your mindset and your reality. Ideas are just ideas that are going to get exploded and blown out of the water when you actually get into the reality of it. It's thousands of iterative decisions that are going to craft your mindset and your journey. It is not a post or a book or anything. All of that stuff is just advice, but it's implemented and used differently in every situation, almost 100% of the time. That's been my reality. I know other entrepreneurs' realities. So, that's just kind of a thought on entrepreneurship and what I've been thinking the last year or so. I thought I knew what I knew, and I realized I knew nothing until I'm actually learning it all in the fire, day to day, trying to make something happen. Yeah, just me.
Just you for right now. It's on.
It's on? Oh, okay. Well, I was just telling Brandy that, when you're in business...
By the way, guys, we look a little red and sweaty. We just finished a run, so...
I don't know if there's a whole point here or anything, but, when you're in business and you're bootstrapping and you're building it, and it's like the hardest thing you can do. Because, it's just a long journey. Every single day you have to exert so much mental effort and emotional effort and physical effort, and just to do everything that's required, especially in the early days. And getting your first 10 customers is It is hard. It is hard when you're like big. I'm not talking about free product customers. I'm talking about customers that are actually paying you thousands of dollars a year. So it might be different, but it is a difficult journey, and every single day you have to wake up with the unknown, with the million tasks, and you have to just dig deep and like find motivation, find more to give when you feel like you've already given everything. And so I think that's why if you ever see my Twitter, I say so much about it's the people that can go the distance. It's the people that aren't playing the role temporarily, because anybody can do that. It's the people that can go for years and constantly keep going, constantly dig deep and find that motivation and find that ability to keep adding value and putting in effort that really separates true entrepreneurs from fake entrepreneurs. Anybody can play a role temporarily. It's the ability to go the distance that really matters, because that's where it gets hard.
That's just a little insight into conversations that Josh and I have daily.
Yeah. Generally, a lot of the vlogs happen from we're having a conversation and we're like, oh my gosh, we should turn the camera on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
it literally just happened. Like, we just finished a run. Like, we're in our sweaty clothes still. I know, we're sitting on the couch, gross. And I'm like, Josh, you're spitting gold.
Well, it's true feelings from experience. You know what I mean? We've been on this journey for years now. We've known the ups and the downs and the struggles, and every single day we're still fighting for new territory and new ground. That's why it is glamorous, and people do paint the picture, but you don't see when they're laying the brick and their hands are in the mud. It's a process, and it takes a lot of effort, real lot of effort. It's no joke.
It's mentally taxing as well. Mentally and emotionally and physically taxing.
I actually tweeted just the other day about, like, if you want to find out what you're truly made of, start a business. Because and it's different for everybody, but like, I'm not talking about going out and raising $10 million. I'm talking about when you're building it bare bones and all you have is the sweat and the grit and everything that you can put into it, what you have, it really will show you what you're made of.
Mm-hmm. Wise words from a wise man. Who's my hubby?
It's out of control.
You guys, his hair is getting so long.
It's getting crazy.
Also, do you guys like my shirt?
What's it say?
Anybody's used Jira or Bitbucket?
Atlassian is a bomb company.
I don't know if you guys have ever used them. A lot of times if you work at a company, a bigger company, they're going to use Atlassian, which has Bitbucket and Jira. It's essentially similar to Bitbucket is like GitHub. And then Jira is like ZenHub, a little bit. But like way more robust, like way more.
They bootstrapped for like the first 10 years, I believe, and kind of went into the growth mode. Now they're a market. They're listed on, I don't know if it's the New York Stock Exchange or... No, nobody bought them. Oh, they bought Trello.
Oh, yeah, they bought Trello.
They bought Trello.
Trello, that is actually part of Atlassian.
Yeah. Atlassian has a 25, maybe even greater now, $25 billion market cap. It's an Aussie company, so that's pretty cool.
So Glenn, if you're watching this, Atlassian.
They were the first tech billionaires in Australia.
Nice. Unicorn?
Well, yeah, they're in like decacorn.
What, the first unicorn?
Unicorn. Yeah, actually, the first unicorn, yeah.
That wasn't crazy.
A unicorn in the tech industry is a tech company that's valued at over $1 billion. So rare, they're called unicorns. Mm-hmm.
Because those are really rare.
Yeah. Do they exist? Are they real?
I wish.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys, this is kind of just a vlog, a little bit about just random stuff.
It's alright. Sometimes you just got random thoughts throughout the day.
Mostly your thoughts, but great thoughts about entrepreneurship and starting tech companies and bootstrapping and all that good stuff. So we hope you guys did like this. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. We really appreciate it because that lets me know what videos you guys like and which ones you don't. because that is
If
helpful.
you guys don't let us know, we might just start making arts and crafts videos or something.
That might do well.
Yeah, maybe.
They have that.
Maybe that's the vein we end up growing crazy in. Who knows?
There's those 5-minute crafts that has like millions of subscribers.
Dang.
Not gonna get into that. But anyways, also if you guys like our channel, please subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're only a day
away. Random thing, we didn't rehearse that or even talk about that. Brandy and I literally sing and make up songs all day. Literally, like,
we do.
probably 50 to 100 times a day. We're just singing random little songs to each other. So.
all day.
Fun fact.
Let us know if you guys want us to record that. That would be real embarrassing.
Maybe we'll make a mixtape and release it.
Alright, you guys, it's late in the evening and we are going to finish working and go to bed.